Hi there, welcome back to Cruise1st TV. It's Derek and Polly with you now for a joy of a show as we focus in the next half an hour on one of the most vibrant ships at sea from Norwegian Cruise Line. Now, whether you're looking for a thrilling time racing go-karts around the top deck, some R&R in the Mandara Spa, oh that rhymes.
Ooh,
I could do some R&R in the Mandara Spa, or maybe you want to be sipping on a cocktail on the waterfront, then the Norwegian Joy is a ship for all ages and all tastes too. Sounds lovely. Let's just go.
Let's go right now. Now, we'll also be cruising free at sea with all the deals in this show, which means we factored in the best of the best when you're on board with Norwegian. Now, that includes a premium beverage package,
cheers,
Wi-Fi, a night or two of specialty dining, plus $50 in shore excursion credits for every port of call you visit. It really is one of the best value ways to holiday, as you will see with this incredible prices coming your way.
So, shall we get cruising then? I'm absolutely ready. I don't know about you. Well, later we're going to be cruising up the Panama Canal for the most fascinating voyage from Miami on the east coast of America to Los Angeles on the west coast before then we head on the ultimate Alaskan discovery from Seattle. Plus, great news on the budgeting front as we've got low deposits available from just £199 per person. First up though, let's go all-inclusive to Canada and the USA with stays in not just one place, but two places. One of those places being New York City, the other place being Quebec City, which is fascinating. 15-night trip, sounds a lot longer, doesn't it? You're going to be doing a lot in this 15 nights, and it starts on the 30th of August, so the back end of our summer. And we're flying off to New York, and we've got 3 nights in a hotel there. I tell you what, I can't wait to see New York, because you know what? You could see pieces of footage like this 100 times and never really get the full flavour.
Well, what I found amazing about New York, everything is so exciting because you've seen films all through your life and you see the yellow taxi cabs and you see the subway, and taking an experience in a yellow cab or going on the subway is kind of a feature of itself, whereas it's just the same everyday sort of activities for them, or the people that live there. But it's great seeing those brownstones. It's just incredible. There is so much to do. It really is a city that never sleeps. Whatever time of day, you can have an amazing activity and yummy food as well. So you've got 3 nights in New York before boarding Norwegian Joy for your 8-night all-inclusive cruise. Now, as you mentioned earlier, so much to do. The go-karting track looks spectacular. You're just getting a feel of the epic size of it as well. Now, this isn't just for kids, by the way. Everyone can do it, and
I'd be there straight away.
I would. It looks brilliant, looks so much fun as well. So you've got all those incredible activities and then dining. Look at that. I love it when you're in a warmer climate, al fresco dining. It's just, there's something about it. Now, doing it at sea, now that's something pretty special, isn't it?
Yeah, it is lovely. And to the kind of calibre that Norwegians serve up their cuisine as well. Everything's really lovely and sophisticated and smart, really nice and kind of boutique. Yeah, you can see the people that are on board, the kind of people that are on board. It's a nice, relaxed, comfortable atmosphere. There's nothing kind of, you know, overly formal about it. Beautiful surroundings, don't get me wrong, but everyone's nice and relaxed because it's, you know, I mean, that's their byline, isn't it? Is freestyle cruising, do what you want and where you want. And you can really see it in the pictures here.
Oh, the shows are just incredible on board as well. You're saying how relaxed it is, but you do, when you think about that, that might be about clothing as well. So you can totally chill out, or you can dress up as well. Now, your first port is Boston. Now, it's best known for its famous baked beans, the Fenway Park, and of course, the Boston Marathon and the bar from Cheers. You've got to go and visit that and get your picture taken there, haven't you? Then it's Portland in Maine. Now, it's all about lobsters here. They were like the poor man's food. And once they all washed up on shore and they made it a delicacy, so go and have lobster there. A day cruising arriving in Sydney, Canada. Now, by the water, the Big Fiddle is a massive violin statue honouring the local music. You've got wooden 18th century buildings, including the Cosset and Just houses, and museums with period furniture as well. Lovely place with things to see and do. Arriving in Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island. Now, Victoria Row has all the shops and restaurants. and then you've got the Confederation Centre of Arts as well, and there's a great musical on show there based on the Anne of Green Gables books, which you might remember. Day cruising arriving in Saguenay. Now the river here is a majestic fjord that stretches about 100 kilometres. It's just incredible, renowned for its deep blue waters, steep cliffs and just breathtaking views. Really beautiful parts of the world. Now you're coming off the cruise ship in Quebec City, where you have a 3-night hotel stay. Now this is a bucket list place to go, isn't it?
Fascinating, because as the name suggests, it has got that French influence. Of course, we are far away from France here, but you can see already from the styling in the streets and everything, it looks like a place you really want to spend some time.
Absolutely. Now, the Old Town is the place to head to. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. It's got charming cobblestone streets. Oh, look at that. I mean, amazing centuries-old buildings and iconic landmarks like the Chateau Frontenac, which is a really famous hotel. It's like castle-like architecture. It's one of the most photographed buildings in the world, and you can take a guided tour of the interior as well. So after your 3 nights, you're going to fly home back to the UK. Wow, like all the holidays we're doing at the moment, it's just like 6 months worth of adventures.
It is ridiculous, isn't it? Well, you know what? There's no time like the present, and there's no time to waste, is there? You know, actually, a lot of people discover cruise holidays kind of too late. You know, like they discover it really, you know, quite a long way on. They had never thought about a cruise, and they waited for maybe their 30th wedding anniversary or 40th or 50th, and then they started cruising, and they're like, oh my word, why haven't we been doing this for years? You get to see so many different places all in one holiday. It's brilliant. So actually, you know what, there is no time like the present. And actually, if you've been thinking about it, and maybe actually you've been thinking that actually a cruise holiday probably isn't for you, it probably is, to be honest with you, because if you like doing lots of different things in lots of different places, rather than just going to one place and centering yourself in one place and spending your whole holiday there, then cruising is the most excellent way of doing it. So this is for the end of August next year, so it's perfect timing. It's still our summer there, and you'd expect the prices that we've got to be a heck of a lot more expensive considering the time of year we're going. Included in this, and this just ticks the list for so many people, loads of people want to do a short city break out to New York. This holiday includes that. The flight to New York, 3 nights in a hotel there, but then you've got the cruise on top of this as well. And you look at the price at the end of it and think, how did they do the cruise for that as well? 8 nights of Norwegian Joy cruising to the USA and Canada, going to Boston, you're going to Maine, Prince Edward Island, and you end in Quebec City, and then we leave Norwegian Joy and we've got to stay there for 3 nights in Quebec City before the included flight back to the UK. Now listen, if you were planning a city break to New York, once you've done the flights and the hotel, this would be about the amount you'd spend, I think. Have a look at this. Fair enough? If that were just the flights to and from New York and a few nights in a half-decent hotel in New York, that price would be good, and you'd be spending a lot more besides that on things. Remember, a lot of this holiday is the cruise as well. So once you're on board the cruise, there is so much included. And I mean, on this cruise, there is so much included. It includes your premium drinks package all the way through the cruise, so that's drinks taken care of. Wi-Fi, so that's keeping in touch and all of that taken care of. If you want to go and explore the places you're cruising to, you've got shore excursion credits for every port. That's going to help towards those, which is brilliant. It's $50 for each port, which is brilliant. And a night of specialty dining on board. You can do all of this and book the whole holiday right now for a deposit of just £199 each. It is bonkers, ridiculous. And if you want to upgrade on the cruise, here's the prices to upgrade your stateroom up to ocean view balcony or indeed the suite. I think the value that this has to offer, I mean, listen, every penny counts in every respect of our life, right? We're well aware of that as well. So whenever we're looking at prices on holidays, I mean, Polly, you and I know we're superstars, but we're also everyday people. And we also like to get a good deal on our holiday prices.
Of course we do.
Actually, you are the queen of deals when it comes to wheedling out deals.
Absolutely.
Yes.
This is why I'm here.
Absolutely.
This is my perfect job, because I want to share the love.
But you look at all of that holiday and that price tag, And you have to agree, you are certainly getting value for your every pound you're spending there.
Absolutely, you don't even say a word, just look at that screen right now and it's like, wow, how is that even possible?
It's great, isn't it? And there's more of these offers on the way in this show as well, but if you like the sound of that one, call us now, 0800 953 4700. Right, let's take another offer. So the same kind of offering when you're on board, so all-inclusive with the drinks, the shore excursion credits, the Wi-Fi and the speciality dining. But let's take that to a different direction this time. This time we're going to take to the Panama Canal, to Mexico, to Colombia, and to Los Angeles as well. Now that's quite a melting pot of places, if you think about it, for one holiday.
Fantastic, and this is what cruising is all about, seeing all these wonderful places in one holiday. It's 20 nights, it leaves on the 20th of January 2025, so we're planning ahead. We've got low deposits available when you book today to lock in a great price. Now we'll fly you out to the Sunshine State of Florida for a one-night pre-cruise stay in Miami, which is everything you'd expect. It's fabulous. Head to South Beach, go and see all the plastic fantastic. They're great for people watching as well. If you like your golf, you like your tennis, it's fantastic as well. Go to Little Havana, have the food, all the bars there with the music, try the Cuban cigars. It's just brilliant. And then of course head to the Everglades. I don't know if I'd feel brave enough to go on a kayak, go on an airboat tour, go and see the crocodiles, the alligators. It's brilliant.
You've been there and you've lived to tell the tale, Polly.
Exactly. After that night you are going to board Norwegian Joy for your 16-night all-inclusive cruise. Oh, just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. Everything you could want on a cruise ship and more.
Yeah.
And more.
Well, and think about it. You're able to take part in all of the things and enjoy all of the spaces that you're seeing in this footage right now, because this is the ship and this is real footage of the real ship that you're going to be on. And you're doing that versus spending 3 weeks from the 20th of January in 2025 in the UK.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Where it's still perpetually dark, probably quite cold, probably quite wet, possibly a little bit white. Who knows at that time of the year these days? All the bets are off. And you could be enjoying all of this luxury.
Amazing. I mean, you haven't even told me the price, but you've sold it to me. Sounds absolutely
all right, doesn't it?
Wonderful. I mean, this is just definitely going the extra mile, this cruise ship.
Yeah.
Just everything on board.
Oh, for sure.
Just beautiful, top class, really relaxing, really luxurious. Yeah, the ultimate joyride, just what you need. Cruising out of Miami, a day at sea, arriving in Jamaica. Wow, you've got that Caribbean vibe going on. Head to Dunn's River Falls. It's a natural waterfall cascading over terraced rocks, and if you feel brave enough you can climb up and jump down. What an adventure. A day cruising, arriving in Colombia. Explore the walled city. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Beautiful coloured buildings, lovely narrow cobblestone streets. You've got historic forts there as well. Then you have the Panama Canal Transit. Now, this is like a marvel of modern engineering that connects the Atlantic and the Pacific Oceans, and actually getting the chance to do this is kind of once in a lifetime, isn't it? After that, you're going to arrive in Panama City, where you've actually got an overnight on board in port, which is amazing. You can go and see all the sites that are there, go through the charming streets, see the architecture. You'll just love it. A day cruising, arriving in Puerto Cristal in Guatemala. Now, the Tikal National Park is the place to head to there. The ancient main city of Tikal is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, known for its temples and pyramids. Sounds amazing, doesn't it? A day cruising, arriving in Acapulco in Mexico, which is known as the Riviera of Mexico. The main thing there is the daily shows from the cliff divers, professional divers. Oh my goodness me, 30 or 40 metres from those cliffs. Oh my goodness. A day cruising, arriving in Puerto Vallarta. Now you want to take it easy here, stroll along the Malecon, which is a seaside boardwalk. It's got sculptures on it, art installations, restaurants and shops, and just enjoy some people watching. Then arriving in Mazatlan, you've got El Faro Lighthouse there, which you can climb to the top, one of the tallest lighthouses in the world. You have just got breathtaking views, panoramic of the coastline. Lovely. The historic Old Town is a lovely place to head to. Then it's Cabo St. Lucas, which is kind of a bit of a party place, if that's your thing. If not, that beautiful picture on the screen is the iconic natural rock formation known as El Arco, which is translated to Land's End. Just beautiful. A day cruising, arriving in LA, and then what? You have 2 nights in a hotel after coming off your cruise ship to go and see the iconic Rodeo Drive, Beverly Hills. I mean, it's first and foremost the capital of music and film, but it's also all about nightlife, culinary flair, and amazing good weather all year round as well. I mean, Sunset Boulevard, we just saw the Chinese Theatre as well, which is where the Hollywood Walk of Fame is. You can get your picture by the Hollywood sign, but there's so many districts to head to as well. You might want to go to Malibu, Venice Beach as well. Santa Monica was probably one of my favourite places to head to, a bit more relaxed as well. You've got the Griffith Observatory. Honestly, there is just so much to do there. You will have the best 2 nights there before flying back home to the UK after your 365-day adventure. Well, not quite, but it will feel like that.
Well, no, it's mammoth though, isn't it? And this is good. This is really good. I mean, we're excited just talking about it, and we're excited really about the places and the amount of different places and the variety of different places that you're going to on this one. That's what makes a holiday like this super, super exciting, because, you know, and we all do it. We're all, we take holidays by habit generally, because we've always traditionally done that because our parents did it and their parents did it. You know, back then everyone went to Blackpool or Morecambe or, you know, Eastbourne for a week every summer. Well, life's moved on since then, and now people want holidays that are jam-packed with different activities and different places to explore. Places that maybe they've never even heard of before, but they want to go and discover and come back with those stories. Not just about coming back with albums and albums of pictures, because of course now you can make a lovely slideshow and all sorts, can't you? It's brilliant. But to have the memories, because the memories live longest, don't they, of those fabulous holidays. So we are looking forward into January of 2025, and we're talking a lot at the moment about holidays in 2025. Why? Because we're locking in great deals right now with low deposits, because that means that price, once we've got it and we've put our deposit down, that's it. That price is promised, which is brilliant. So your deposit today is just £199 each. It gets you the flight to Miami, a night in a hotel there, then your Norwegian Joy cruise, which is all inclusive, remember, so premium drinks, 2 nights of specialty dining, shore excursion credits for every port you go to, and a Wi-Fi package. You're cruising to Jamaica, Colombia, a full Panama Canal transit, plus an extra overnight in Panama City, onto Guatemala and Mexico to then LA. That's where the cruise ends, but we stay in LA for 2 nights in a hotel. That's included, and the flight back to the UK. Sounds like 10 grand each, doesn't it? But it really isn't. Look, it's the great thing about these holidays is that by the time we've talked about everything that's included, you just think, this holiday, I'm not going on this one, it'll be too expensive. Way too expensive. I haven't got tens of thousands. I haven't won the lottery, you know, Derek. But look at what you've just got for $2,899 per person. It is ridiculous. And if you want to lock in this deal right now, this would make excellent honeymoon territory, because a lot of people, their honeymoon is maybe these days a week or 10 days. Hello, 20 nights. That's pretty much 3 weeks, isn't it? $2,899. Remember, you never pay for your own honeymoon, do you? You have a whip round, don't you, for other people? It's almost worth getting married just to do it, isn't it? Anyway, there's lots of people who may be shaking their heads right now, so let's go to the details and look at the upgrades. I don't want to get involved. Here's the upgrade prices. Ocean view, balcony, and your suite. And your suite on this one, by the way, is a penthouse suite with a balcony. Hello. Yeah, I know. So if it is honeymoon territory, have a bigger whip round. add more people to the night do list. And you'll get a lovely penthouse suite with a balcony. I know, yeah. No, yeah, Mr. P, you're quite right. I'm not a fan of being invited to evening do's only. I don't know why. It feels a bit Z list, doesn't it? But
I'm with you.
But there you go. Anyway. Yeah.
I think I just need to add, because there might be some people watching, a lot of people are paying for their own weddings now, so the whip round might just be paying for the wedding. The days of the father of the bride paying for the wedding, I think, are gone.
No, but the honeymoon, though, isn't that the whip round from the guests, isn't it?
Oh, wait, I thought it would just pay
not
for
the wedding. No, you pay for your own wedding, which Which is why when I did it, it was 2 people plus 2 people. 2 people getting married, 2 people to witness, sign the paper,
didn't invite
let's
me.
go for dinner. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
But I did get you a gift.
I only had capacity of 2 people on the list.
Okay, I'm not offended.
Anyway, enough of this marriage stuff. Let's move on to our third and final offer. Let's go again in a completely different direction this time as well. This time we're going to Alaska with a stay in Seattle over 14 nights, so a 2-week holiday this one. Again, we're in 2025. Again, we're looking at low deposits. This is for the 19th of August, and we're going to fly you out to Seattle, which is on the west coast of America. I'm glad you told me that, actually. It's sometimes difficult to place Seattle when you hear the name. You think, is that east or west? I'm
you
never
just think
sure.
of the film Sleepless in Seattle,
yes,
don't you?
you do. You absolutely do.
It's true. We'll go and be there. Create your own Sleepless in Seattle with your 3 nights in a hotel here. I mean, I don't know what you know of Seattle apart from the movie. It's got the iconic Space Needle. And again, I've seen that in movies as well. It's like this huge observation tower, panoramic views of the city as well, the mountains. It's a must-see. You've got to go and do it as well. There's great things to do. What stood out to me was the Museum of Pop Culture, which is called MoPop, and it's got music, science fiction, pop culture with exhibits, artifacts, kind of hands-on experiences as well. That's something I'd quite like to do. So it's going to be a great 3 nights in Seattle before boarding Norwegian Joy for your 10-night all-inclusive honeymoon/cruise. Paid for by, you'd guess.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a honeymoon. You can still have a whip round around your friends and family if you like to make it happen, but you know, that's down to you.
Just giving page.
Listen, Polly, from what we've seen so far on Norwegian Joy, where would you go first?
Well, I think the spa, because when I step, don't laugh at me, when I step on board and when I go on a holiday, my thing is de-stressing and is relaxing. And it takes me a good couple of days just to kind of like go with the family, with the husband and the kids, just to kind of like be present. So it's great that you've got that time in Seattle to kind of all reconnect first, and I get to have some me time.
Yes, and it's not something that you might ordinarily make time for yourself in everyday life, because there's so much on the agenda. So that's not a bad shout, actually, Polly.
What about you then? What
treat yourself.
First thing you would do?
Hello, racetrack. If you ever want to find me, that's where I'll be.
That'd be about day 5 for me, I think. By the time I'm ready to do something, I've de-stressed and relaxed. I'm like, right, I'm ready. I'm here to party. I want to go on the racetrack.
That'll be every day for me, I'm afraid. Although there is drinks included, so I do need to take some time to enjoy that responsibly one at a time.
And I need to mention, at the moment, the musical is Footloose on board. So in the evenings, yes, that'll be so exciting to see.
Cool.
Cruising out of Seattle, arriving in Juneau, Alaska. Visit the Mendenhall Glacier. Now, it's one of the most accessible glaciers in Alaska. You give the visitor centre, take a hike to see it up close, go on a kayaking or helicopter tour too. Next, Skagway. White Pass and Yukon Route Railroad is a historic train ride to see breathtaking views of the surrounding mountains, glaciers and waterfalls. This cruise is all about the epic views and scenery as well. It's amazing. Cruising Hubbard Glacier next. Again, stunning views of towering ice walls, carving icebergs and the impressive glacier itself. The natural beauty, the grandeur of the glaciers are all inspiring. Lots of pictures to be taken here. Arriving in Sitka next. Now visit the Fortress of the Bear. It's a wildlife sanctuary where you can observe bears in their natural environment. I'm saying it like they're teddy bears, but they're actually quite scary. But how cool to go and see them though anyway, and head over there. Icy Strait Point next, which is renowned for its excellent whale watching opportunities. You can take guided boat tours to go and see humpback whales, orcas and all the other marine life in the nearby waters, which just sounds amazing, doesn't it? Cruising next to Ketchikan Port for Ward Cove, and then you can visit there the Totem Heritage Centre, which sounds really interesting. It's a massive collection of carved totem poles, and learn all about the Native American history, which we don't learn about in this part of the world, so that's really exciting. Cruising then to Canada, Victoria. Go and visit the Royal BC Museum, learn about the history of Royal British Columbia. The museum has got exhibits on the Indigenous peoples, the natural history and the regional history as well. Cruising then to Seattle, where you'll come off the ship and fly back to the home to the UK with, I think, a camera full of photos. Your memory will be full.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, if you get the chance, I mean, you're cruising pretty up close to the Mendenhall Glacier anyway, but if you get even closer and see it carving, see the icebergs there, maybe see the seals, and if you do see bears in this part of the world as well, not cute little teddy bears, don't get too close, but yeah, awesome. And that's the thing, with an Alaska cruise, everyone comes back with different stories because every cruise is different. They might all go to the same ports there or thereabouts, but the experience and the things that really stop everyone in their tracks are all very different on every Alaska itinerary. It's amazing. Can't wait to go to Alaska, actually, because you often think of cruising going to sunshine destinations, but Alaska, oh my word. I mean, if you've ever been to the Norwegian fjords, for instance, you enjoy that wonderful scenic cruising, or you've liked the idea of river cruising before, then Alaska definitely got to be on your list. So this is the end of our summer in 2025. You can secure it today with a low deposit. The price I've got for you includes the flight from the UK out to Seattle, 3 nights in a hotel there, so lots of time to explore, then 10 nights of cruising in Alaska. It's a full Alaska itinerary on Norwegian Joy, and then on to British Columbia as well, back to Seattle, and the flight, of course, back to the UK. Now, the cruise includes the premium drinks, Wi-Fi, a night of speciality dining, credits for shore excursions in every port you go to as well, which is good. So, £199 deposit each today, and the price that you can lock in right now and freeze it like it was in a glacier. $2,999 per person, which is awesome. I have to tell you, again, given where we are, prices by the time this cruise actually leaves, it could be a lot higher than that price tag. So putting in that deposit now of £199 each secures the holiday from one end to the other, which is fantastic. And also, then you've got well over a year, about a year and a half, to tell people that you're doing it. That's almost as exciting as the holiday itself, to be honest with you. If you want to upgrade on the cruise, here are the details for that. So going up to ocean view balcony or your suite there. We've already talked about how you achieve that. It does involve a marriage license, but that's your affair. Yes, it is a penthouse suite though, as well, with a balcony, so it is.
Do you think it would work with renewing the vows?
Well, it's worth a try, isn't it? It's worth a try. If you don't ask, you don't get in this life, do you? So, you never know. Everything's worth a try, isn't it? Again, these holidays are great for families as well, never forget. Cruising very much now. It's funny. After the big pause in travel a couple of years back, cruising is now the ideal family holiday because, of course, none of us live on the doorstep to each other as we all used to. Years ago, the whole family would all live pretty much within 2 streets of each other. Those days have long gone. And where we couldn't see each other for so long and we couldn't, get together, actually, this is a really, really good way. A cruise holiday, a package like this is a great way of getting, people that you haven't seen for ages to actually together in one place for a really joyous occasion. And
so relaxing, and because with cruising you can, you don't all have to dine together at the same time every night. So if there is lots of you joining and the sort of younger people want to go and eat at 6 p.m, but the older people want to go to a nicer restaurant where they get a bit more fancy at 8 p.m, that's absolutely fine. Like, it really works.
Do you know what's just flashed across my mind?
I don't know, but you were chuckling.
I know. Sorry, because it popped in, and it shouldn't have popped in at that second because you were making a very, very salient point. But I just remembered that you can, on a lot of these cruise ships, you can arrange wedding ceremonies on board. So my mind just brought everything we've been talking about in the show together with that and thought, oh.
Do you know, it's quite, you have to book, and if that is like taking your fancy or going pink, you have to book really far in advance.
Yes, you do.
Because it is a really popular thing to do. So if you're thinking, oh, I'd like to get married on a cruise ship, by all means do it. We can help you organise it, but you do have to plan very far in advance.
Yes, and all we can say on that regards is don't blame us. We just had the idea. Anyway, listen, whichever one of those you choose, have a wonderful, wonderful time. If you do want to watch the show all over again and all the nonsense that we were talking, it's on our YouTube channel, of course, and we are live there 24 hours a day. But for now, we're going to think about what we've talked about and do another show soon.